Dear friends, I am Dr. Santosh Desai and I welcome you all to my YouTube channel. Today I am going to discuss how to find a particular integral when the RHS of given differential equation is x raised to m, where m is positive integer. That is, functions of the type x square, x cube, or x square plus x plus 1, and so on. So first we discuss rules to find particular integral. As we know that the particular integral of the differential equation f of d of y is equal to x is pi is equal to 1 upon f of d into x. But here x is equal to x raised to m. So therefore we get 1 upon f of d into x raised to m. Now to find the particular integral, we follow the following steps. So the first one, take lowest degree term with sign common from f of d, that is from denominator, to make first term unity. So from the denominator, we have to pick a lowest degree term and take it common from the denominator. So our first term will be unity and remaining factor will be of the form 1 plus some function of d or 1 minus some function of d. So to understand this, let us consider example. Suppose pi is equal to 1 upon d square plus 3d plus 2 into x square. If this is the case, now if you observe the denominator, the lowest degree term is 2 and its sign is plus. So therefore we have to take 2 common. So let us take 2 common. So 2 into. Now this is the important to write the remaining terms. So since 2 is taken common, first we write 1. Then write the remaining terms at the numerator. So if you skip the 2, then we remains with d square plus 3d and write it to the numerator. To its denominator, we write the number only which is taken common. And the middle sign will be sign of the number which is taken common. So therefore middle sign is plus, bracket complete into x square. Now consider one more example. Suppose pi is equal to 1 upon d square plus 3d minus 4 into x square. So in this case, the lowest degree term is 4 and its sign is minus. So here we have to take minus 4 common. So let us take minus 4 common and first term will be unity. Then first we write the remaining terms, that is d square minus 3d to the numerator. To its denominator, we write the number only, not the sign. So just you write the number only. So number is 4 and middle sign will be the sign of the number which is taken common. So the number taken common is 4, its sign is minus. So therefore middle sign is minus and bracket complete into x square. Now I hope it is clear. Now once you perform this, or once you take the lowest degree term common from the denominator, then you can check that in both the examples the remaining factor will be either of the form 1 plus some function of d or 1 minus some function of d. Now in the second step, take the factor 1 plus phi of d or 1 minus phi of d to the numerator. So it takes the form 1 plus phi of d raised to minus 1 or 1 minus phi of d raised to minus 1. So this is simple step. In the third step, this is very important one. Expand 1 plus phi of d raised to minus 1 or 1 minus phi of d raised to minus 1 in ascending powers of d using following expansions as far as the term containing d raised to m. So that means, suppose if our function is x square, then we have to expand 1 plus phi of d raised to minus 1 till the expansion contains the term d square. If your function is x cube, then we have to expand the term 1 plus phi of d or 1 minus phi of d till the term containing d cube. So in this way, or in short, you can remember that write the first m plus one terms of the expansion 1 plus phi of d raised to minus 1 or 1 minus phi of d raised to minus 1. Now this is very simple to remember also. So the meaning of this last statement is, if your function is x square, then we write the first three terms of the expansion. If the function is x square plus x plus 1, then the highest degree term in x is, that is 2. So therefore again we write 2 plus 1 term, that is first three terms of the expansion. Similarly, if the function is x cube, then we write the first four terms of the expansion. Now this is very simple to remember. And once you write the expansion and then operate each term of the expansion on x raised to m term by term, simplify, you will get the particular integral. Now here just we note the expansion which are going to use. So 1 plus x raised to minus 1 is equal to 1 minus x plus x square minus x cube plus x raised to 4 minus x raised to 5 plus and so on. Similarly, 1 minus x raised to minus 1 is equal to 1 plus x square plus x cube plus x raised to 4 plus and so on. 1 plus x raised to minus 2 is equal to 1 minus 2x plus 3x square minus 4x cube plus 5x raised to 4 minus and so on. And last expansion is 1 minus x raised to minus 2 is equal to 1 plus 2x plus 3x square plus 4x cube plus 5x raised to 4 plus and so on. So these are the some expansion which I am going to use to expand 1 plus phi of d raised to minus 1 or 1 minus phi of d raised to minus 1. Especially first two expansion I am going to use. Now let us consider the example based on this. So first one, solve d2y by dx square minus 4dy by dx plus 4y is equal to x square. Now here you can observe that the RHS of the given function is of the form x raised to m, where m is positive, and here RHS is x square. So first we find the complementary function. So let us take the given equation as d2y by dx square minus 4dy by dx plus 4y is equal to x square. The symbolic form of the given equation is, so just you replace d square, d2y by dx square by d square, dy by dx by d. Therefore, we get the symbolic form of the equation as d square minus 4d plus 4y is equal to x square. Then the auxiliary equation is, here I write the auxiliary equation in terms of m. One can write the auxiliary equation in terms of d also. So therefore, in terms of m, you just replace d by m. Therefore, we get m square minus 4m plus 4 is equal to 0. Now, this is the quadratic equation. So, simplifying this, we get m is equal to 4 plus minus square root of 16 minus 4ac. So, 4, the value of a is 1, c is 4. So, we'll get 1 into 4 divided by 2a, and the value of a is 1. Now, simplifying the square root, we get m is equal to 4 plus minus 0 divided by 2. Simplifying this, we get m is equal to 2. So the repeated roots are there. Now we know if the two roots are repeated, then the complementary function of the equation is, so if m1 is equal to m2, that is repeated roots, then the complementary function is c1 plus c2x e raised to m1x. And by using this, the complementary function is cf is equal to c1 plus c2x e raised to 2x. Now consider the pi corresponding to x square. As we know that pi is equal to 1 upon d square minus 4d plus 4 operated on x square. This is our regular formula. Now our first step is take lowest degree term with sign common from the f of d to make first term unity. So this is our first step. So here the lowest degree term is 4, its sign is plus. So that means you have to take 4 common from the denominator. So just write 4 first. It is taken common, so therefore first term will be unity. Then write the remaining terms, that is d square minus 4d. To its denominator, write the number which is taken common. and middle sign will be sign of the number which is taken common. So it is plus, so therefore middle sign is plus, bracket complete into x square. The very simple first step and very important also. Now just we apply the second step. So take the factor 1 plus phi of d or 1 minus phi of d to the numerator. So here the bracketed term you have to take to the numerator. So we get 1 by 4 into bracket 1 plus d square minus 4d by 4 raised to minus 1 into x square. Now in the third step, expand 1 plus phi of d raised to minus 1 or 1 minus phi of d raised to minus 1 in ascending powers of d as far as the term containing d raised to m. So instead of this, we expand in another way. So here we observe that the power of x is 2. So that means we need first 3 terms of the expansions. So if the power of x is m, then we write m plus 1 terms of the expansion. So just I write first 3 terms of the expansion. So 1 by 4. So by using 1 plus x raised to minus 1, I write the first 3 terms of the expansion. So the expansion is 1 minus d square minus 4d by 4 plus d square minus 4d by 4 bracket square minus and so on into x square. So first 3 terms are sufficient. So you remember that the power of x is 2. So therefore you write only first 3 terms of the expansion. The same rule is applicable for all the functions of x, that is algebraic functions of x. Now let us consider this. Then we simplify the inner brackets first. So this is equal to 1 by 4 into bracket 1 minus 1 by 4 d square minus 4d plus 1 by 16, and take the square of numerator, it is d raised to 4 minus 8d cube plus 16d square minus and so on into x square. Now operate each term on x square. So we get 1 by 4, 1 into x square, that is x square, minus 1 by 4 d square operated on x square minus 4d operated on x square plus 1 by 16 d raised to 4 into x square minus 8d cube into x square plus 16d square into x square. As we know that the symbolic operator d stands for derivative. So here d into x square stands for derivative of x square, d square into x square stands for 2 times derivative of x square. Similarly, d cube x square stands for 3 times derivative of x square and so on. So let us put the corresponding values. We get 1 by 4 into bracket x square minus 1 by 4. Now d square x square is 2 times derivative of x square, it is 2, and dx square is derivative of x square, that is 2x. So we will get 2 minus 8x plus 1 by 16 d raised to 4x square, that is 0, d cube x square, that is also 0, and d square x square, it is 2. So we will get 0 minus 0 plus 32 and bracket complete. Now simplifying this, we get, so 1 by 4 into bracket x square minus 1 by 2 plus 2x plus 2. Now simplifying the constant terms, we get 1 by 4 into bracket x square x square plus 2x plus 3 by 2, and this is the final particular integral, and therefore the complete solution of the given equation is y is equal to, first we write CF, that is C1 plus C2x e raised to 2x plus 1 by 4 into bracket x square plus 2x plus 3 by 2, and this is the complete solution of the given equation. Let us consider next example. Solve d cube minus 7d minus 6 y is equal to x square plus x plus 1. So let us take the given equation. It is d cube minus 7d minus 6 into y is equal to x square plus x plus 1. The auxiliary equation is m cube minus 7m minus 6 is equal to 0. Now here it is a cubic equation, so we need synthetic division method to solve this cubic equation. And to apply synthetic division method, we have to know one root by using trial and error method. So let us put d is equal to 1 first. If we put m is equal to 1 first, So if m is equal to 1, we get this is 1 minus 7 minus 6, which is not equal to 0. So let us put m is equal to minus 1, and obviously you will get 0. So therefore m is equal to minus 1 is the root of this above equation. So therefore by synthetic division method, so let us consider the coefficients of m in decreasing powers of d. So first the coefficient of m cube, that is 1. There is no term of m square, so you put 0. Then coefficient of m, that is minus 7, and then constant term minus 6. Write the root m is equal to minus 1 to the left of vertical line. So it is minus 1. Take the first number below the horizontal line, 1, and take the multiplication of root and this number and write below the 0, that is minus 1. Adding 0 and minus 1, we get minus 1. Again multiply minus 1 and minus 1. So it is 1. Adding minus 7 and 1, we get minus 6. Minus 1 and minus 6, it is plus 6, and adding we get 0. So this is a synthetic division method. Now we have to express the given cubic equation as a product of linear and quadratic factor. So the linear factor is m plus 1, and the quadratic factor can be written using the coefficients 1, minus 1 and minus 6, that is number below the horizontal lines. So the first number is coefficient of m square, second number is coefficient of m, and third number minus 6 is the constant term. So therefore we get m cube minus 7m minus 6 is equal to m plus 1 into m square minus m minus 6, and this is equal to 0. Now we simplify m plus 1 into m square minus m minus 6 is equal to 0. So first term is linear, which gives m is equal to minus 1, and second term is quadratic, and simplifying that quadratic term we get 1 plus minus square root of 1 minus 4 into 1 into minus 6 divided by 2. Now simplifying square root, we get m is equal to minus 1 and 1 plus minus 5 divided by 2. Now simplifying this, we get m is equal to minus 1, minus 2 and 3. Now we know that if m1, m2, m3 are the real and distinct roots of the auxiliary equation, then the complementary function is given by y is equal to c1 e raised to m1x plus c2 e raised to m2x plus c3 e raised to m3x. So using this rule, the complementary function is cf is equal to c1 e raised to minus x plus c2 e raised to minus 2x plus c3 e raised to 3x. We get the complementary function. Now next we find the particular integral corresponding to x square plus x plus 1. So we know that pi is equal to 1 upon d cube minus 7d minus 6 into x square plus x plus 1. Now here one can note that x square and x both are algebraic functions, so you have to apply the same method for x square and x also. So instead of separating the terms, we put the terms as it is and apply the method for x square plus x plus 1. One can solve the same example by separating each term also. So let us apply the method. So the first step is we have to take lowest degree term with sign common from f of d to make first term unity. So if you observe the denominator, the lowest degree term is 6 and its sign is minus. So therefore we take minus 6 common from the denominator. So minus 6 into, now the important step is this one. First we write 1, then skip the minus 6 and write the remaining term to the numerator. So it is d cube minus 7d. To its denominator, just write down the number, that is 6, and middle sign will be sign of the number which is taken common. So the number taken is 6, its sign is minus, so therefore middle sign is minus. Bracket complete into x square plus x plus 1. Again we take the bracketed term to the numerator, so therefore we get minus 1 by 6 into 1 minus d cube minus 7d by 6 raised to minus 1 into x square plus x plus 1. Now third step is we have to expand that bracket using the expansion 1 minus x raised to minus 1 as far as term containing d raised to m. Now if you observe here, the given function contains x square and x, and the highest degree term is x square, that is 2 is the higher power. So therefore we expand the expansion till it contains first three terms. So we have to expand, we have to write the expansion with first three terms only. So using 1 minus x raised to minus 1, we write first three terms of the expansion. So it is minus 1 by 6 into bracket 1 plus d cube minus 7d by 6 plus d cube minus 7d by 6 bracket square plus and so on into x square plus x plus 1. Since the highest power of x is 2, so therefore we write 2 plus 1 terms of the expansion. That means first three terms of the expansion. Now we separate the inner brackets first. So we get minus 1 by 6 into bracket 1 plus d cube minus 7d by 6 plus, now you taking the square of numerator and denominator, we get d raised to 6 minus 14 d raised to 4 plus 49 d square divided by 36 plus and so on into x square plus x plus 1. Now instead of operating each term on x square plus x plus 1, let us find the values of each term operated on x square. So that means first we find the value of d operated on x square plus x plus 1, that is derivative of that x square plus x plus 1, that is 2x plus 1. Then t square into x square plus x plus 1, that is 2 times derivative of the bracket, that is 2, and d cube into bracket, that is equal to 0. So in place of d, we replace it by 2x plus 1, replace d square by 2 and d cube and higher powers by 0 in the above expansion. So just putting the values, so 1 into x square plus x plus 1, that is x square plus x plus 1. The next term is d cube, that is 0, and d, its value is 2x plus 1. So therefore we get 0 minus 7 into bracket 2x plus 1 divided by 6 plus d raised to 6, that is 0, d raised to 4, that is 0, and d square is 2. So we'll get 49 into 2 divided by 36. Now simplifying this, we get the required answer. So minus 1 by 6 into bracket x square plus x plus 1. Here we get minus 7x by 3 minus 7 by 6 and plus 49 divided by 18. Now simplifying this, we get minus 1 by 6. First term x square is as it is. Then simplify x minus 7x by 3. So it is minus 4x by 3. And simplifying constant terms, we get 23 divided by 9 and bracket complete. And this is the final particular integral. And therefore, the complete solution is y is equal to CF first, that is C1 e raised to minus x plus C2 e raised to minus 2x plus C3 e raised to 3x. And then Pi, that is minus 1 by 6 into bracket x square minus 4x by 3 plus 23 by 9. Now I hope it is clear. If it is clear, just go for the next example. Let us take d square minus 4d plus 4y is equal to 8 into bracket e raised to 2x plus sine 2x plus x square. Now again the procedure is same. First we find the complementary function. So for that, the given equation is, from the given equation write the auxiliary equation. So we get it is m square minus 4m plus 4 is equal to 0. It is quadratic equation. So we get, one can write it as m minus 2 bracket square is equal to 0, and this implies m is equal to 2. So again the roots are repeated. So therefore the complementary function is written by using the rule. That is, if m1 is equal to m2 are the repeated roots, then the complementary function is c1 plus c2x e raised to m1x, and m3 or m4 are real and distinct. So therefore we get c3 e raised to m3x plus c4 e raised to m4x. So using this rule, the complementary function is cf is equal to c1 plus c2x e raised to 2x. Now pi. Now pi corresponding to 8 into bracket e raised to 2x plus sine 2x plus x square is, it is pi is equal to 1 upon d square minus 4d plus 4 operated on 8 into e raised to 2x plus sine 2x plus x square. Now if you check the bracketed term, now each term is different. Exponential term is there, trigonometric term is there, and also algebraic term is there. So you have to apply your previous three methods to solve this example. So let us separate first. So we get 8 into bracket 1 upon d square minus 4d plus 4 e raised to 2x plus 1 upon d square minus 4d plus 4 sine 2x plus 1 upon d square minus 4d plus 4 into x square. Let us call this is equation A. Now we simplify term by term. So let us consider first 1 upon d square minus 4d plus 4 e raised to 2x. Now we know the method for e raised to x. You have to replace just d by a. So whenever your RHS is an exponential function, that is e raised to ax, the method is replace d by a in the denominator everywhere. So here we have to replace d by 2. So we get 1 upon 2 square minus 4 into 2 plus 4 into e raised to 2x. If you simplify this, we get 4 minus 8 plus 4, that is 0. So we get the case of failure. Now if we are getting the case of failure, just we apply the method for case of failure. And the method for case of failure is, first we write one independent variable. So here the independent variable is x. Then write the derivative of denominator only. So here derivative of d square minus 4d plus 4. It is 2d minus 4 into exponential function e raised to 2x. And again apply the same method. Again replace d by 2. So we get x into 1 upon 4 minus 4 e raised to 2x. Again we are getting the case of failure. Again we repeat the procedure for case of failure. So write one independent variable. Already there is a one independent variable. So you just see the step above this. So that is, we get x square. Then take the derivative of 1 upon 2d minus 4. Just derivative of denominator. So it is 1 by 2 into e raised to 2x. Now here you can observe that derivative is non-zero. So therefore this is your final value of the term 1 upon d square minus 4d plus 4 into e raised to 2x. Let us consider the middle term, that is 1 upon d square minus 4d plus 4 sine 2x. Now for sine ax or cos ax we know the method. We have to replace d square by minus a square here. So here the value of a is 2. So we have to replace d square by minus 4. So replace d square by minus 4. We get 1 upon minus 4 minus 4d plus 4 into sine 2x. Simplifying this, we get 1 upon minus 4d into sine 2x. Now we know that the meaning of 1 upon d is nothing but integration. So we have to take the integration of sine 2x, and this is equal to 1 by 8 cos 2x, because the integration of sine 2x is minus cos 2x divided by 2, and 1 minus 1 by 4 is there. So simplifying this, we get 1 by 8 cos 2x. Let us consider the next term, 1 upon d square minus 4d plus 4 into x square. Now one can solve this by using our first example, but here I am going to use a different method. So 1 upon d square minus 4d plus 4 can be written as d minus 2 bracket square operated on x square. Now apply the same method here. The lowest degree term is 2, its sign is minus, so you have to take minus 2 common from the denominator, but the bracket square is there, so therefore we take minus 2 square from the denominator. So this is equal to 1 upon minus 2 square. Then first we write 1, then remaining term is d, to its denominator write the number 2 and the sign of that number is minus, so therefore middle sign is minus and bracket square into x square. Now take that denominator term to the numerator. So we get 1 by 4, 1 minus d by 2 raised to minus 2 into x square. Now again here the power of x is 2. So therefore we have to write first 3 terms of the expansion. So expanding this we get, so we use the expansion 1 minus x raised to minus 2. It is 1 plus 2x plus 3x square plus 4x cube. So using this expansion we write first three terms of the expansion. So first three terms are 1 plus 2 into bracket d by 2 plus 3 into bracket d by 2 bracket square. So these are the first three terms of the expansion, and these are the sufficient terms into x square. Now simplifying these terms, we get 1 by 4 into bracket 1 plus d plus 3d square by 4 plus and so on into x square. Now operate each term on x square. So we get x square plus dx square plus 3d square x square by 4 plus and so on. And simplifying this, first term is x square, dx square is 2x, and 3d square x square is nothing but derivative of x square 2 times. So it is 2. Simplifying, we get 3 by 2, and this is the final value. Now putting these values in equation A, so we get pi is equal to 8 into bracket, we get this one. So substitute all the values, we get this. Now multiply this bracket by 8, so we get 4x square e raised to 2x plus cos 2x, and 8 into 1 by 4, that is 2. So inside the bracket we take 2, we get 2x square plus 4x plus 3. So this is the final particular integral for the function 8 into bracket e raised to 2x plus sine 2x plus x square. And therefore the complete solution is y is equal to c1 plus c2x e raised to 2x plus 4x square e raised to 2x plus cos 2x plus 2x square plus 4x plus 3. And this is the final solution of the given equation. Let us consider. So in the next video we will discuss rules to find particular integral when x is equal to e raised to ax into v, where v is some function of x. For more videos, please subscribe my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.